Hello everyone, I'm Morgan, and today I wanted to talk to you about my most anticipated releases for 2020. I don't know about you, but I feel weird saying and hearing 2020 for now, but I hope this will pass as it does every year. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the books. I will go from the one that's going to come the soonest to the later releases. So the first release I'm really excited for in 2020 is Agency by William Gibson. I'm not sure anymore what this is about. I just know that it's some kind of sci-fi dystopian like all of William Gibson's books. I have read Neuromancer by him, which is his most well-known book and a huge sci-fi classic. I didn't actually really like it because it has a lot of objectification of women, which is kind of typical in classic sci-fi, unfortunately. But besides that, I was just so confused throughout all of the book about the plot and the story. I couldn't understand it. And then towards the end I did, and I was still, I don't know, kind of confused. And I guess I needed a reread, but I didn't want to. But I did like the writing somehow and the idea for the book, so hopefully another book by William Gibson will do it for me. A second book I wanted to talk about is The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. This comes out on February 15th. Also, Agency comes out on January 21st, if I didn't say it. So The Glass Hotel is that is also by Emily St. John Mandel. I have finally read Station 11 by her, which I had meant to read for ages, and I really liked it. And this one seems to be kind of in the same vein, but I don't know. I don't really know much about the story. I did read the synopsis, but I forgot it because I always do. I just know it's kind of very fiction-y, and we have a lot of characters, so again, very similar to Station 11. And I really liked Emily St. John Mandel's writing in Station 11, so hopefully it continues to be just as good. Then we have on March 26th, The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. This is the first book in a new series by N.K. Jemisin. N.K. Jemisin wrote the Broken Earth trilogy, which everyone talks about all the time, and the Inheritance trilogy, I think, as well. I haven't read those two or anything by N.K. Jemisin so far, but I do have the first book in the Broken Earth trilogy that I really want to get to. I've always heard great things about her writing and just her characters and just everything about her. So I'm really excited for that. And so The City We Became will be the first book in a new urban fantasy series set in New York, and that's all I remember. But I love everything set in New York, and I love urban fantasy. And as I said, apparently N.K. Jemisin is a great writer, so everything about that sounds great to me. Then on April 30th, it's Loveless by Alice Oseman, though I have heard that this one may be pushed back because Alice Oseman is not done with her edits yet. We'll see. But anyway, this is supposed to be the next book by Alice Oseman. It's, I think I've heard it stars an asexual character, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. And it's gonna be another contemporary in the same vein of all her novels. I've only read Radio Silence so far, but I loved that book so much, so I'm really excited to see what she does next. Then on May 5th, we have the Network, just Network Effect by Martha Wells. This will be the 5th book in the Murderbot Diaries, and I have been loving that series so much. I know a lot of people actually say that the next book in the series after All Symptoms Red, the first one, aren't as good. I don't agree. I love the next books just as much as the first one because we get to see other characters and we get to see more about the main character do other things, and I love that series. If you don't know, so that series, as I've talked about a lot on my channel, is about a robot who is in charge of security for humans. He's a security bot, but he can actually think for himself, unlike other robots. And he doesn't really like people. He just wants to be alone watching his TV shows that he calls serials. And he's just so funny and relatable, actually, in my opinion. And I love his character so much. And as I said, so in the next books, he meets other robots, actually, and they become friends, kind of. And it's so nice to read, and I love it. Next is my most anticipated release of the year, and it is Utopia Avenue by David Mitchell. If you don't know, David Mitchell is one of my favorite writers ever. He wrote Cloud Atlas and also other books that I really enjoyed, and I'm just so happy that we're finally getting another book by him. I've been waiting since 2015, so yeah, apparently this book, so Utopia Avenue, is about this band by the same name, and it's just about their life. I don't know, it's supposed to be like more than 500 pages long, so again, so excited, and yeah, I don't know, I'm really waiting for it, and I actually haven't pre-ordered it yet because there's been no cover reveal so far, and I wanted to know which one is the most beautiful cover between the UK and the US, so we'll see about that, but I'm still really so excited to get a new book by David Mitchell, you don't know. And another book, oh, I forgot one. On April 21st, we have a book called Death in Her Hands by Otasha Moshfegh coming out, and I'm so really excited for that one. I have read Eileen and My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otasha Moshfegh, and I really liked both of them. And now she's coming out with a new novel, so obviously I will pick it up. And I don't really know what it's about. I just know I'm pretty sure it's about a woman, again, as all of her books are, and that's kind of all I know. They're literary fiction, and I love her writing, like most of these authors that I'm talking about. So, yeah. So next, before last, is A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green. This is the next book after An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. The first one came out in the beginning of 2019, I think. Or maybe I think it was actually in 2018, but I read it in 2019, whatever. It's one of my favorite books of 2019, as you will see in the next video. But I really love that series. It's about this girl who sees a sort of big robot that she thinks is an art installation, and she films it and puts a video up on YouTube with one of her friends, and then her video completely blows up. And so it's about first what happens after that, but also the fame she's put through, I guess, and how she behaves after that. It's really interesting. I loved it, and I also really like the ending, so I will be very excited to get into the sequel. And the last book that is set to come out in 2020 is The Bones Season 4th book by Samantha Shannon. We don't have a title yet, or a cover, or anything, or a release date, but I did meet Samantha Shannon in November, and I asked her when it was supposed to come out, and she said probably July 2020, so don't quote me on that, but that's what she said. And she also said that before that we will get another small thing in the same world of the Bone season, and so I cannot wait. I am so excited ever since she told me that, and I don't know, just 2020 is gonna be great for new releases apparently, so yeah. If you can tell, I love the Bone Season series. I talked about it in multiple videos in my wrap-ups, but basically the Bone Season is about Paige, who is a dreamwalker. So she can't really walk in dreams, but she can get into people's heads, kind of. And there are a lot of people, Voyants, who have powers. They have a link to the ether, so the dead, kind of. And it's also set in this dystopian world in Sion, and it's just so great. So they're fighting Sion because Sion doesn't want Voyants to live. And in the first book, Paige is sent to this camp where they kind of train Voyants to fight other Voyants, and there's a lot of things that goes into that. And in the next books, we see other parts of the country, and it's just every book is different, and they're all so good, and I love them so much. And I'm gonna be so excited to get into the fourth book, and there's supposed to be 7 in total, but we're still waiting. So yeah, that's all for me. Please tell me if you are excited for these releases, or if you know of other releases in 2020 that could be really exciting, because I would love to know. There are, I guess, a lot more that we haven't heard about yet, so we'll see. But so far, there are so many that I'm really excited about, as you could tell. So yeah, that's all for me. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Goodbye. Dream I know, deep up my feelings.